true in the summer as well, and both these team compositions can speak to that style.
All right, explosive games gonna be here. It's gonna be fun to watch for as FlyQuest takes on Counter Logic Gaming. No chance of a dash stun because he's seen pull the meat cast. Now that's happened, and now he has to be afraid of the stun. And here comes the attention gank. Dardock is here though, right into the CC, and he read the entire play. Said, hey, back me up for the level 3 gank. It's gonna happen, and he did. First blood easily goes to Darshan. CS, the first TP back is only a clock armor. Versus the double long threat of Darshan. And here comes a bit more. The body slam is in as After go for the flash hook. He does. Lemon flashes the dodge for now. More plants coming up means some damage. Can the mid laner show up? Yes, Huhi is here. No flash Lemon. He should not be able to dodge seismic shove. Jukes back. Doesn't even need to cast the spell. Gets the kill. Donated over thanks to the roam. And Huhi's the beneficiary. Some from the death.
Yeah, you can see
half
there,
a level, no chance.
This is a guess from CLG that he's not going to hit level 6. They're going for a dive.
Gonna get a lot of damage into that one. Not a lot left to do. Has the dash. Doesn't matter. The dice not there. Only sliced apart. And now pressure on the top lane outer. They might take that first turret. Yeah, really good stuff. Not even a tracker's knife out of Dardock yet. It's still happening here. Hook's gonna land that elimination. Here comes the root. That's not going to get a land, but the follow-up is still there. The damage then, thanks to Ignite, kill goes through to the Xayah.
Oh, here we go.
Darshan, the dominance had been popped, and he's got no way out away from balls. Has flash available. And clears enough distance off that wall. Now Dardock is going to backfill the play. Body slam's going to land for a shield. Ball still has full rage and a flash. Explosive cast going to disengage him.
That lead against someone who could stack armor, because you need to actually win the game before people can stack armor. They're going mid lane though.
Body slam flashes there. High is flashless himself. The damage keeps coming through. The root's going to land. Sticks at getting his second kill. This time roaming to the mid lane. After there, puts on the brakes, just shows up, and now it's 5 strong. Looking for mid lane outer. Shouldn't even be an issue. This is what lane priority gives you. This turret should be falling pretty quickly. That's going to be 2 outer turrets down already this side of the map.
Yeah, and this is a cheeky play because you expect Wild Turtle to be out of there so they can go on Afro.
A lot of CC. Ignite is on as well. The shield's going to get popped, and Afro going to flash away. Ignite's still on, and he's going to survive with a root onto Wild Turtle. Can't quite get the last few attacks off. Afro stays alive, keeps the perfect game alive as well. Outer turret is down to about 1,000 health as well, so certainly CLG.
Bad plays, which I tend to agree with, but it works more often than not because
that right now, looking for the hook, maybe. High gets the shockwave out of 2. Root's gonna land, they might pick him off. There's the burst damage, the kill comes through, but it's a trade back as High goes down. Riptail comes in the mid lane, and CLG say, we're gonna attack that one in the face of an Orianna, but of course there is no minion wave for them. It's just gonna be the Riptail tanking. He will turn off, she will turn off the backdoor bonus. They zone out 1, now Turtle does have flash, but is otherwise cordoned off. More damage to the turret. Explosive cast only puts him into the wall, though, does not really deliver him to the team. And Riptail will only get 3/4 of that turret. They flash play for Sticks, they can't. Put the daggers back in time, more engaged. Goes, there's the shock blast, boy. They pick up 2, now Turtle's gonna be dove on, that's gonna be 3. The shell not gonna save him on this one. And suddenly Darshan must choose if he wants to flash at the base or not, or just wait for the minion wave.
The rest of his team was behind, which made it a little bit dicey. He kept trying to team fight with him.
Wow, down he goes. And Dardock had some gold in eye, but instead the rest of the team was right in front of him. They beat the living daylights out of him. Down goes the jungler for CLG. Slightly risky play out of Darshan. And he's got a couple of wards, it's not too bad, but didn't have complete vision over the jungle. Nicely done. Grabs the red away from balls. He tried to fight for it. There's the Rune King slow. Red to follow up, and Slice and Dice is down for a few more seconds. The chase continues down to 500 HP left on balls. 2 more shots will do it. Gets a shield briefly and walks away, gets a quick shield, but that is the pressure that you were talking about, chat. Pull the team down to that side of the map, and there's no one here to steal away the Baron. CLG grabs that cleanly. Darshan, can he get away? Looking with the satchel. Yep, out he goes. Nothing to be done at all by FlyQuest. Ball's still going to do all right for himself, and once again back onto the turret. Puts on the hypercharge. 2 more autos will kill it. The minion's going to make the rest of the work happen. Darshan getting a bit of gold. Rune King for the slow. Shockwave's still going to land. His flash was down. QSS turns out to be nothing. I think he might have got rid of a Recton stun, but now mid under fire. They might have to back off because of the threat of FlyQuest re-engaging. Darshan, infinite items, 20 hours into the game. FlyQuest is a bit of a scaling advantage. Either way, though, the Siege has continued pretty well. They didn't wait for the Baron. They just simply put the resources as a 2-0-3 split. Top inhibitor is dead. Botlane maybe follow Shockwave. Only gets the tank. That is not the best target. Here comes the burst damage. Can't quite kill off High, but meanwhile, the knockup is there and the kill off an Afro move. Flashback from Stick Sight fight continues as Dardock goes down. The hard engage is there. Knockback not going to kill off the tank, and with the rest of CLG separated, FlyQuest go hard to get 2 kills for it.
Yeah, and just the 1 inhibitor down for CLG. The other inhibitor is defended. The mid turret is still alive.
Instead, it's going to be CLG rushing down the Baron so far. Moon right behind it, though, the chance to steal. And he does not get seen, I believe, at all. They have no way of knowing that Moon is here. They know there's a control where they don't know that Moon is here. Can he get the steal? Jumps to the wall, not going to get it in time, and just repels back down to the blast cone. Supers yet for this one, but here comes the double wave, looking for a bit of damage. And again, safety and concern that get away from the shockwave by the most part. Shield comes in, here comes the attempt, they're gonna land the root, the stun, and Darshan, he stays alive though and falls. First get right back out, Shockwave's gonna land for a lot of damage. Oh. There's the roots coming across. That Feather Storm nearly takes them all out. A knockup from Zyra doesn't mean too much. Shock Blast didn't quite get any kills either. CLG crest 66,000 gold, and now the TV back in for Darshan to make sure he's full health. Ready to close this one out. They're not getting any damage on the turrets, and of course, FlyQuest have access to their own base, but here come the gigantic waves. The hook and the high, there's the first kill through the stun, not gonna matter from balls for Renekton. Second kill comes in, and now the minions are too much. There's not enough players alive anymore. Stun for Dardoch. The chase for Turtle gets himself the kill, true to his name, wanting to dive to flash forward to get at least something onto the scoreboard. 3 kills for him, but it is simply not enough. Counter Logic Gaming stayed in control the entire game, and are gonna close out game 1 here. But yeah, and if it's the comp they want to run. They had options. They went for this one here with the Ashe Karma in the bottom lane. Counter Logic Gaming and FlyQuest heading into game 2 right here. There was more trades in the bot lane. Nice headshot by Wild Turtle. Heals up. Out he goes. The Flash Cocoon, though, he knew he was on the bot side of the map. Why is Huhi on the bottom side of the lane? First blood comes through. Nice pickup by a Moon, but Huhi should never have been on that side. Orange shield and Bloodlust means turret goes down. Here comes maybe a top lane dive as they're going to pop the ultimate with Darshan. He's going to land the empowered stun. There's body slam and not explosive cast just yet. Cataclysm comes across, jumps back out of turret range. Going to stay safe for now. They switch out, goes back in. There's the kill picked up for the flash to keep them all safe. CLG really couldn't have played it much better. Out they go.
Building a bunch of armor versus that mid lane, which will make a difference later in the game, you know, as well as have a larger upfront gold. So far, so good.
A little bit of play on this one. Shockwave going to hit only on a support, who he has one more charge. The ulti comes in for the dive. They're going to land the stun onto Zyra as well. Flash for almost nothing. Elimination. Likely to lose his life, but actually able to walk away with it, so that's worth it. Now, meanwhile, a counterattack trade as Moon dives in with the rest of the squad, and Balls picks up one. But a double kill for Darshan. Explosive cast from downtown picks him off. The fight still continuing on a 3 versus 2, and Darshan will not be refrained. The flash over the wall. Stixay wants him to take it down, and Wild Turtle wishes he could do that and stay alive as the ace comes through. 6-3, Counter Logic Gaming. Smash that fight, +3. But then certainly great plays out of Counter Logic Gaming, aggressively going for the one. Now it's going to be the shotgun picks off a kill, though. The charm is coming across, not going to land the arrow, but maybe it's enough to keep him alive. Huhi forced to cut away, 5 HP left on him, runs away from Moon. Can they find High, though? He's flashless, stun going to land for Darshan, who looks like the needle has moved enough. That Renekton is gigantic, and Moon can't get the damage on Dardoch, Runic Echoes or not, so Counter Logic Gaming, not even a problem for that one. We'll see how much of the tier 2 they can get. Oh, wow, the flash. But, ooh, that was nice by Balls. The actual ulti keeps his teammate alive, holds the front line as long as he can, but he's running out of health. Damage still coming through. One more shot. Stixay takes him down with the volley. Oh, a little bit of damage into that. Yeah, almost some damage more there, but have team fought better. We'll see if that script can be flipped later on. The Shockwaves have not yet found the targets, and High, meanwhile, gets found himself, and just a dance out of Dardoch. Let's Huhi get the kill the rest of the way.
Watch Huhi here. He went all the way through the river, waiting for Balls to use his EQ on Wave, and then he's going to go in.
And there's the kill underneath the turret. They use the 2-level lead final this time around to get the kill coming through. No magic resist on that champion, and finally to make the play happen. Nice call, nice move out of Huhi, and whoever coordinated that one. Now they can play around this chance of a Baron steal, though. They've got the control ward down. They're trying to get rid of the vision as best they can. It's a 5 versus 4, but Moon is alive. He has Flash, he has Repel, he has Elise. It is possible to steal. Zyra will put down for vision, and they are pretty much out of options. Huhi waiting in the wings, looking for Wild Turtle. He is in Fog of War. And CLG hoping for, there's the everything, and Turtle does get away with it, though. The QSS, time well enough, explosive cast brings in Elise. There's nowhere much for Moon to go. His life bar is waning, but he's going to be all right with this one. A quick 7 heal, quick shield, and here comes Balls in the back line, forcing him flashed out. EQ over the wall, but he is by himself alone. The team not there to follow up. Huhi going back in, cutting back and forth. 2 kills picked up as Turtle goes down. High makes it a 3rd death, and now it's just a couple of squishies left alive, and a double slow comes in for the volley. Flash away for Moon, and Elimination's got nowhere. He's got no kingdom left. He's bad. Insurgents come in, take it away. There's the explosive. Okay. But with Repel down, he can't get over. His flash is down, the code is down. He can't steal. There's no possible way. The skill shots actually don't travel over walls, so Moon could not steal. And Baron Ash going to be last hit successfully by Darshan. What can't he do this game? No assist for that one, but Huhi on a rampage. Looking to siege down the mid lane.
Yeah, and they still have so many ways of initiating.
Afro is maybe dead.
Oh, no.
He doesn't have flash. He's just going to die. Oh, he's gone down, and a Wild Turtle guns him down in broad daylight.
They get engaged on without a karma to help them. Basically delaying their push. They might try a dive anyway. Here we go.
Oh, there's a body slam. Goodbye. Kill picked up. 4v5. They're going to need Afro move. QSS Doesn't mean too much, doesn't flash away. Shark buys some time, doesn't matter though. 2 kills picked up underneath the turret. Knockup is through though, and they're gonna take down Huhi if they have the damage, and they do. But the trade is there onto Balls. The body slam that follow through. They're gonna knock this one down high. He is gone. A double kill once again for Darshan. 9-0-4. He is unkillable. Some good stuff out of the Gragas, wearing a Fnatic jersey on his skin. He's got a championship cup in his arms, and maybe CLG headed for it this split. That's a bit of a threat we're going to see as they go for the Nexus kill right now. Darshan is ignited. He's taking a third shot, and he's going to die. The Immortal is down, and Darshan is going to lose his life. And looks like there's not enough time to win the game now, as they're going to clear out the minion waves and just walk away. But a turret for a kill, not too bad.
As well as the 3 items he already has purchased. The teleport in, though, trying to turn this around.
Oh, it's a 4v4 as Moon is dead, but missing Darshan. They better. There's the chase down. They picked up 1 stick. They try to kite away. He's got the life too, but it's not enough as Balls does pick up the kill, but he's going to lose his life for it. Flattened down as now High wants to be in the mix, but he's not going to kill a tank. So another, looks like a 2-for-1, 3-for-1 in favor of CLG as they took down Balls, Turtle, and Lemonation as cost for just Stixay.
The Ash Arrow flashed forward right there, and Afro's dead again.
He's just, all right.
Karma is not his champion, man.
Yep.
There's something about it.
But CLG is his team, and here comes the re-engage. Huhi wants the chase, doesn't quite land the charm. Dardoch low ignited on. And it just kills at the end. They're just giving it. The rest of FlyQuest have to run back to the base right now, and of course CLG going to try to keep them company. They still got all 5 there. They're going to lose an inhibitor. They're looking for the engage. They're going to find Stixay, who can't get away with this one. Finds a stun. Here comes Stranglethorns, and just barely kites it out, staying alive. The chase on, and Turtle, nice flash forward, picks up the kill. Meanwhile, they're losing their base to the Renekton. So how much can FlyQuest get before their base falls apart? They're cutting away from Dardoch. Huhi pushing the top side as well right now. So it's the team forced to get back into the base. Darshan putting the attacks down. 2 turrets for a kill on Stixay sounds worth it for CLG, but Wild Turtle, red buff on, he is angry. Darshan just walking away, not killing off the turret, so getting very little for himself, but now Moon a bit alone, finds a stun, finds himself taking some damage, and Darshan suddenly has joined the fray, and Moon is going to be taken down in that one. He's going to respawn in about a minute's time. Don't get out of it. And we'll see what can come in next for this one. More pokes back and forth, another lightning damage crit comes through. They still wait to make the siege push forward. 10,000 gold puts CLG ahead. Baron buff on for 25 more seconds. Elder Dragon timing out in about 5. Gonna find another stun, gonna find the engage. Stranglethorn's gonna knock out the front line for a bit, but look at the charm, blocking out even more time against the Jarvan in the front line. With the trade of 1-for-1. Marksman down, double kill for the Caitlyn. Wild Turtle puts on the damage output, and that'll be a 3rd. Successful defense for FlyQuest. Live to fight another day.
But even in the last fight, Balls did his job. He ulted in, popped his Gargoyle Stone Plate at high health,
popped his shield,
and then they killed him. And
stunned! And he's gone! The mage is there! And look at the damage output put through. A little bit of support comes out of the mid lane. Nice cast brings in Noom, but the Spiderlings tank it all. Sticks. They just barely survive after flashing away. Good defenses to their credit. CLG, Slavi plays to their own. There's a stun right on the Moon. He's got no way out. Explosive cast pulls him in. Do they have the damage? Here comes the body slam, and it's going to be a kill off on a Dardoch first. He is gone. Stranglethorns devise some time. Huhi in the back line, so 4v4. Moon is dead. The trade of junglers. There's a kill back on the back line as well, but they've tapped down onto Huhi. 3v3. Shockwave misses. Stixay stays alive. Big shield comes out from Afromu. And a health bar lead to CLG, but Turtle with the range, with the speed, with the shield. Can he be the carry that FlyQuest needs? And right now, he's putting in the damage, he's putting down the traps, he's finding the cupcakes, but getting poked out.
Yeah, FlyQuest holds the edge here because they have double Soul Inners and AD alive, whereas Huhi is dead and Afro is a support, but CLG's going to go in anyway.
They're going to find the stun, but he's going to Q his right back out and kite Darshan, and Darshan doesn't have the cooldowns to make it happen. It'll be a trade though with Stixay going to try to kite out Balls. Turtle needs the attack, and actually it's going to be just the 2 kills for none. Look at the fight at a FlyQuest. CLG wanted it, but as you mentioned, Jack, it was advantage FlyQuest stronger members with more gold.
The way they should, and FlyQuest is playing the defense exactly the way they should, so Baron over to FlyQuest.
His damage output should be off the charts this game.
It will be, but the critical mobility he will lose here. He's getting the move speed off the Warlord's procs, but I actually don't like
Shockwave! Afro's got a shield and he's dead! Wild Turtle picks him off. Here's the collateral dive into the front line. Another kill picked up. It's a double here for Wild Turtle. FlyQuest needed a carry down to the bot lane, and finally now he shows up into this one. Still sieging out for bot lane. Tier 2, a flash at a Moon to stay away from the charm. A stun and a Huhi means not too much. Bot lane's gonna fall. A charm is on a Turtle. Nearly goes down. A good locket shield comes out, I believe, from somebody. Huhi just barely staying alive. Finally picked off, but more kills coming across. Darshan trying to pull his weight. But it is the ace for FlyQuest. 3v0 with 30-second long death climbers. In the mid lane they go. And they're gonna do it. The gigantic comeback is there. FlyQuest and the power of Cloud Drakes and belief in themselves wins game 2, tied the series.
Yeah, one final look at the team compositions. Remember, we are on patch 7.11. We should be moving to 7.12 next week, but the Ivern is still nerfed on this patch. Obviously, Dardoch got the attempt of the gank in there, but it didn't pay off. And now Darshan
just finds himself a root, walks into Moon. Here comes the shield, not going to be enough. Still burns down one final auto attack from High. And here's Flag with a good early game for themselves. After going to look for the hook, not going to find much to do. It's going to be a fun one to look at. 2 farm lead right now for him. And ooh, there's a Blitzcrank over a hook. He's going to find him. Elimination hooked in the brush. And Dardoch was there to help make sure it all happened, though I don't know if he had a way out regardless, but a nice one. Turning the bot lane around. Pulled equally enough. Has not gotten his augment, though, is an important thing. High was able to force an early enough recall.
Yeah.
Hit him! Ooh! All right, stops it, but that's a root, and he's of course taking minion aggro still. Moon, I think, can't take minion aggro. And he's gonna get this thing to stop one more time, but here comes Victor, but at the same time, here comes Balls. And then here's Aframu, so the entire team is there, forcing a flash out. Nice hook onto this one. Culling comes in, plenty of damage on a Hoo-Hee, and there's the explosive cast, pulls in Afro. That'll be a kill, though. Flash with Blitzcrank is down, but here comes Darshan, does have the equalizer. As he cools down, 3, 2, 1, has an ultimate. Not gonna do anything with it, just gonna shoot up Daisy, but gets hit in the front. Knocked up, more chase elimination, gonna find the root equalizer. Not gonna do too much for him. Dardoch gonna get body slammed, and look at this! FlyQuest smashed the fight 3-1.
And these are the types of games that you pick mid lane Lucian for when you can get...
Didn't go for the play on that one. High, though, does not have any defensive summoners at all to his name. Cleanses, or sorry, flashes down and ignites with a pick. A little bit of a brush for Moon to keep the team safe. They're gonna find him, though. There's the knockup, and the burst damage is there. Afro stays alive. The flash to follow the shutdown. Darshan finally gets himself the big play. 2 kills on the board. The kick flash there as well. Can they kill off Moon? They're trying. There's the punch, but it's going to be the trade kill as Afro will lose his life. But you got to say worth it and all tap for that one. 3 kills needed for CLG, to be honest. Either way, a great red buff take over the balls. And Dardoch, ooh, that's a hook into a turret. He's dead. He's gone. There's the fruit. Sadly, Afro gets the kill. He kind of deserves it at a certain point, but you know you'd absolutely the case. And another headshot on a High, but he's fine just clearing the waves. They've rotated player did not burn his own flash, was just the ultimate burn, much shorter cooldowns here. Flag is doing the siege in the bot lane, and Moon does not yet summon Rift Herald. Doesn't think they need it. They can push this by just the champions themselves, although it does get slowed down. The kick, the flash, and he's only going to knock in the one, though. Equalizer across the team. The hook in on a Moon. He's a pretty low health Ivern, and it's not going to be enough. As 1 kill's picked up, but it's traded back there. Now into the backline, looks for Hoo-Hee. A lot of damage in a turtle. Not going to block much of the damage at all. And now it's on to Balls. More hits coming to him, but not quite hit by the Maelstrom.
Want to keep chasing, but they got to be
Hook is in,
careful.
stops out the body slam. There's no stun to be had. High flashes forward to get the kill. Turtle taught him well, but the chase is back on for Hoo-Hee. Do they have the damage? One more shot will do it. Not going to get burned down. Deathfire touch not going to take him. The flash, the follow, can he get the kill? Hoo-Hee now has to face check through a brush. He's going to find Turtle for the damage. The Q's going to hit. He's got one more attack. The cleanse, he gets the kill picked up. Gives him his speed boost when you cleanse off a root, so he gets a little bit back for that. Or that might be Mikhail's. Might be wrong about that one. I take it back. Either way, High still in the chase. Dardoch not going to land the Q, not going to go for the play, just going to heal back up.
Has to flash over that final Q, but...
Oh no, he was channeling! Rift Herald's not going to be summoned! They're going to kill off Moon! Oh no, he ran out of time to have the option, and he summons it in vision range of a Blitzcrank. The kick to Q, but he gives Elimination a way out. Maybe a bit greedy, but Equalizer makes up for the mistake. He's going to go down a 2-for-0. Baited by Rift Herald.
Rift Herald throw, if you've ever seen it right there.
Oh, lead themselves 700 to be specific. Oh, High found a Blitzcrank and 2 more enemies. Maybe not the best play. Damage on the 6, though not quite enough. Balls now. The explosive cast makes it worth, but he is in 1v3. Now Moon joins in. The numbers are a bit more tied up. A nice root onto the Blitzcrank after he's slowed down by Ash. Has no way out of this one. Hooked by a bit more time. Still picked out for the double kill.
Yeah, and that's
Dardoch now joins the fight. Elimination. Laser. Nope, nice disengage with the Strangle Thorns. Could be a stun. Ash, arrow. Dardoch is okay. Gonna be several shots to go. He'll be fine. Fight, to be fair.
Goes, since you're playing a support anyway, I think we're more willing to go with that on any other than on Ivern than on any other jungler. But here's the fight.
It's gonna be an arrow onto the front line, a knockback on a 1. Darshan flash to get himself back to safety. Equalizer comes down at the last second. After not quite dead in the back line, they go looking for Moon, kicks him into the team. They're gonna get the kill picked up. It's a trade as they're gonna lose Blitzcrank, but a kill back on his High goes down. Stixay getting that one redemption to buy some time. Keeps Balls healthy enough. Here comes Dardoch once again. Look for that. And it's going to be Balls flashing away, staying himself alive. So, +1 to CLG, trading the support for mid and jungle. Insane power. Ruby sight stun done for Moon. Of course, that gives you active item cooldown for the redemption and everything else. Now it's going to be a stun. They're going to find out on the Balls. The Equalizer on the backline as well. Blocked that a bit by Locket. Rooted. More damage to the Chaos Storm. And High will block it, but it doesn't matter. The damage still comes through. for the Blitzcrank, and there's the Lich Bane, there's the damage output. Elimination is gone. And it's going to be Daisy running away, getting a shield, but 2 for 0 advantage CLG. Almost no damage dealt to them at all.
They make a very aggressive play on a Baron. 2 dead. Still a Lucian, an Ashe, and an Ivern alive.
Well, he tries to zone them. Traps fine. 1-6 going to be found out. QSS jumps out. They pull in Moon. That'll be a kill. Quickly picked up. But they have picked off the Ashe already. Turtle is dead. Moon's going to be next. 2 for 0 high. One more shot. Killed off by Stixay. And that's going to be Baron picked up. Balls TP's into a losing situation, and he's not in range for any kills just yet. CLG going to let him get away with it. Oh! That was dangerously close. I guess it missed, but I thought I hit him. Yeah. Recall. Either way, we are on to the mid lane siege. CLG with the Baron buff and a 4,000 gold lead, and they've reset. Their items are here, and sieging is not too hard with the Mountain Drake. There's the flash hook. They found Moon. The Asher are not going to mean too much. The Locket buys time, so does everything else. And Moon stays alive. They got the kill on a Blitzcrank. It's a 1 for 0 advantage to FlyQuest. They couldn't kill off the Ivern in time he flashed away. Going to find another re-engage. They're going to pick off Huhi if they can. One more shot will do it. The flash forward with a shield for Dardoch keeps him alive. And a big stun out of the gravity well. Stixay forces the kite back as well. And Dardoch gonna fall down high, gets it picked up. Falls 1 hit away from dead. The trades come in, but High stays alive. 2 kills for CLG, but it's 3. Maybe 1 more back as Darshan rejoins the fray. 2 alive for Chronologic Gaming, 2 alive for FlyQuest. But it's solo laners for CLG versus double support of FlyQuest means the push can continue. Kill Stixay, but he is flashless. Arrow. Gonna airball that one. 3 points for the field goal, but now it makes the siege a little bit easier. Minions are gone though. Dardoch has to kite away. There comes the CC burn across who he has to force the zone. Yes, now where's the equalizer? Right across the team. First kill comes through though. Nice pick off, and Dardoch again has to kite away from this one. And now it's ulti's down. CLG gonna make it much harder to siege. They kill off Daisy. What do you really want to do? FlyQuest can start regening back with his Ocean Drake, but
yeah.
Static Shift turning it off.
Such a good explosive cast with 5 balls right there to get who he had no flash. He did have Zonies. They're going to
Body slam on a 3. Can he get the kill? Not just yet. The knockup is there for the CC. The damage not there. Back for it. A 1 for 1. Make it a 2 for 1. CLG in the back line. Darshan popping the zone. He's looking for a bit more damage. Dardoch going to land the Q on the Moon, but he's a tank. He's not going to die anytime soon. They've got to kite away. There's a Peacemaker made, and now Stixay in a 1 versus 2. Turtle! He's getting the headshot. He landed the net. A double kill, and Dardoch going to be a bro. Maybe tank for him. Not going to go for it just yet. Huge out of 6 right there to turn that fight around. 2v1 in the fight now as 6 can keep going, and that turret's gonna fall.
Man. The outplay right at the end. 90 caliber net into headshot onto Wild Turtle, not giving him a...
I love League of Legends. I love shouting for teams fighting back and forth. Turret's gonna fall. CLG now have 2 open inhibitors to attack.
Damage.
They're gonna try Baron.
FlyQuest has a bunch of damage too, and CLG doesn't have anyone who can tank it. So it's all about who can get that initiation and kill the big damage threat first. Every time a hook is down, that's a lot of threat loss for CLG.
They're gonna look for the play. Moon could go for the steal. He's gonna try it. He's gonna get it. Moon takes the Baron, flashes back out. The fight continues. Dardoch goes to the front line. Can't kick forward though. Dardoch is gonna die for this one. 1 more shot and Balls picks it up. Good cutting back by High to get away with it, and that was a huge play. And now can CLG even get out? It's a 5v4. Their health bars are low. And look at the long con. High is on the backhand side. CLG grouped up. They have some ults. Can they find this? Daisy in the front line, looking for the play. Big damage coming across, still kiting back. They have Equalizer, they have Chaos Storm. They have everything else. CLG gonna keep riding with the mini wave. Dardoch still 30 seconds away from respawning.
Yeah, and it's a marathon right now, Freak. How much does FlyQuest want to cut them out, but how much do they have to respect the burst from someone on CLG? They're actually kind of spreading out now. I mean, CLG push. Wild Turtle's gonna push mid.
And CLG gonna try to join him through the mid lane. They're actually no longer cut off. They're away from the Ivern. They're away from everyone else. They're going to be safe on this one a little bit if they can keep moving.
Ashe Arrow's up in 5 or 10 seconds. Now Turtle's flanking
Explosive cast from Stixay. He's got no flash. He's got no way out. The shutdown goes to High. They don't get the trade on a Wild Turtle. He's running away. Who he wants in on this one, though. But there's too much haste. He's getting away. Arrow's on him. QSS. He's still out of range. Q's for the Moon speed. 2 more shots will kill off Huhi. The shot comes through. Turtle Lasonius. And he's going to die. He actually gets the trade. The fight, though, is still won. FlyQuest go 3-1 in that fight. It's a 4v2 on the map, and Darshan right now. Inhibitor falls, respawns short enough that FlyQuest will back out and give up mid lane control because they don't want to give away a Baron rush. Hook's not going to land. A stun is there on the frontliner. Goodbye to Aframu. It's now a 5v4, and Balls flashes away. Stixay nearly goes down to High. Redemption to reset it. Look at that one shot. They took down Elimination. Both supports are dead. Huhi back in on a High, and the Mob, Amortius, gonna keep alive until Stixay gets a snipe. The kickback is there. Wild Turtle next up on the chopping block. And it's 3 for 1 advantage CLG. They can close the game out of this one. You have to believe. 41 minutes in, Moon gonna get shut down. Stixay on a killing spree. 29 and 21 in kills, 50 slain so far in this, as the mid lane is going to be the target, and Huhi going to make sure that Balls can't be there to defend.
By Dardoch in the cast. Balls going to do everything he can, but I don't think he can stop.
Going for the minion wave to buy some time, but it's 8 seconds until even Lemonation's back alive, and there's the kill picked up. Here comes the minion wave, and there is nothing left to stop them. Counter Logic Gaming threw away a giant lead in Game 2, but they get their own comeback in Game 3 and close out the series and continue their drive toward first place.